Ay, no me traje los micrófonos. Estamos en el parque Silver Spring.
¿Cogiste el celular?
Sí.
No, el que estaba aquí.
No. Esta es la entrada del parque Silver Spring en la ciudad de Ocala. Y vamos a ir tomando diferentes partes del parque para que puedan apreciar la belleza de este parque natural. Un parque estatal de aquí del estado de la Florida. Y aquí en la entrada esta fuente y todo el comienzo del parque. Bueno, vamos a continuar el viaje, viendo el parque y apreciando que aquí en la Florida no solo es Disney el lugar de entretenimiento, aquí hay muchos lugares donde divertirse y pasarla bien, como este por ejemplo. Hay muchos parques estatales que son muy buenos y este es muy bueno. Este tiene varios lagos que van a ver con manantiales de agua natural, bien rico para bañarse y para pasarla ahí, para montar bote. Vamos, bueno, continuamos. Miren ahí las gemelas de aquí de Ocala. Me vinieron a visitar aquí con nosotros, parque. Ahí ya están listas en su coche. Bueno, y ahora vamos directamente para los botes. Unos botes que tienen unos cristales que se ve el fondo del río y se ve toda la belleza que hay. Así que vamos, camino ya. Juan.
This boat was built and manufactured in 1969. It's a Coast Guard inspected vessel, so we have to have a quick safety announcement. Everybody hear me okay? Good. If you look back here by me, here's our first fire extinguisher. Front left is our second fire extinguisher. And up above your heads, you're going to see those orange fashion statements we call life preservers. Now, we haven't needed to use those in every vessel. If you become out of here, we can have you emptied to the dock in under 15 minutes. All that being said, we better go on an adventure today. Yes, not, but we're going. Famous Silver River today. The Silver River has over 100 springs, over 30 of which we have named. Out of those 100 plus springs, they produce over 850 million gallons of water. The water here is a constant 72 degrees year-round. Whenever it comes out of the ground, it is over 99.8% pure. That means it is pure enough to drink, but I don't recommend it. Millions of people have visited us from all over the world. If you've been with us before, we're so glad to have you back. Is anybody here business from a different state today besides confusion? South Carolina's in the house. Ohio's in the house. Mexico's in the house. Mexico State? Spain.
Cuba.
That's awesome.
Cuba.
Cuba's in there. Man, that's awesome. Anybody from a different planet there? Just a lot of those bands of visitors, we've had a few famous ones. As a matter of fact, over 250 movies, TV shows, and documentaries have been filmed right here in Silver Springs. Some of the actors and actresses you might remember: James Dean, Jane Russell, Burt Reynolds, Jerry Lewis, Tom Cruise, Sean Connery, Lloyd Bridges, and of course gold medal Olympic swimmer Johnny Weissmuller of the original Tarzan movies. the first 6 Tarzan movies were filmed right here at Silver Springs. First spring on the list, we call this one Spring of the Stars. Spring of the Stars sits in about 26 feet of water. That doesn't mean much to me, probably not to you either. The film producers have told us that is about the perfect depth of filming underwater because it gives the illusion of filming in deep water without all the dangers and hassles associated with it. Pull that white sand all the way down to the bottom, you see that flat gray or black rock? That's the entrance to the spring down there. We still got a couple actors down there. We'll see if they'll come up and say hi for us real quick. Rico Browning, a Florida native, got the part as the creature for a few reasons. But one of the most interesting reasons, he could hold his breath. Well, if you haven't seen Creature from the Black Lagoon, when you leave the park today, take a left. Go down about a half a mile on your left. There'll be a magical gray and blue building called Walmart. You can pick a copy up there. Now, Rico Browning did go on to star and produce many other movies. One of my favorite movies that he worked on, and some of y'all might remember, was of 2 kids and a pet dolphin here in Florida called Flipper. Yeah, that wasn't filmed here. Coming off to our left-hand side, we have a couple of our local manatees sitting out there for us this morning. See that big gray spot? It almost looks like a boulder sitting there floating. That's one of our manatees. See them coming out of water? That's mom and baby manatee. We're straight out the front of the boat now. Left-hand side, he's going around. Good to see those cormorants and anhingas making their nest for the year. And Alberta's out here for us this morning. I'm going to say hi down there. See her right here beside us. All you're going to see is her head right now. She's about a 9-foot-long female alligator. See her head sitting right here between us and the island, that big gray spot. We used to call her Albert, but last year she surprised everybody when she had 37 babies. So we had to do a little name change. Now, does anybody know how to tell round nose? Crocodiles have a straight and pointy nose. And Florida is one of the only states that has both alligators and that's what the manatees eat while they're here on the Silver River. They can eat up to 200 pounds of that eelgrass per manatee per day. Best time of the year to see them is from November to February. You don't usually see them this time of year. They're here a little bit early right now. They come here to get away from the cold. If it gets below 64 degrees, they develop cold stress. 62, they will pass away. So they like to hang out in the Silver River in the wintertime because it's 72 degrees year-round. This next spring we're going to be coming into, this is known as the Spring of Life. This is a large area made up of a bunch of smaller springs. There's a few things in here I'm going to try to show everybody. And that was tested, studied, and certified by the University of Florida. You want to know who they said it was? And if you look on the right side of that rock, just below me, you're going to see a long piece of wood That's not just a piece of wood, that's actually a Native American dugout canoe. It's about 26 to 28 feet long, so more than likely it was a ceremonial canoe. It's about 500 to 600 years old, making it a Tamukan or Timucuan Indian canoe. Now when the University of Florida got done studying it, they wanted to put it in the Florida Museum of Natural History. Parkins State wanted it put back where it was found. There's a little bit of back and forth. In the end, they put it back within an eighth of an inch of where it was found. This next spring we're coming into, this is known as the blue greenstone bottom. The water acts as a prism, and then we get that beautiful blue glow that we see down there. If you look down there real close, it might look like it's snowing down there. That's what we call Florida snow. Not to be confused with South Florida snow, definitely. Now, if you're wondering where all this water goes, if you look to the right, the river goes east about 4.5 to 5 miles where it meets the Aqua River. Is remaining strong. 100 episodes of the film right here. And it's all red Silver Springs at the end of Michael's on margarita glasses. Another movie film here starring Jackie Gleason, Smokey and the Bandit 3. And boat chase scene film right here on this part of Susurra.
retratados ahí es lo mismo de siempre. Toda la gente que vea eso va a decir, ah. Muy bonita la naturaleza aquí para venir y sentarse.